Jump right into some sauce today. It was so much stuff going on over the weekend, bro. Like I'm thinking, all right, cool. We'll come back and just kind of kick it about some regular, normal, simple
Man,
stuff today. Like, oh yeah, unemployment numbers, yay! And all of a sudden, a whole bank just yeah. And like
multiple.
I think over like the last 5 days, it's been like 3 banks or 4 banks, something like that, maybe even more, have like gone under. It's been wild. It's been wild. But quick refresh of the market. All right, oldcoingecko.com. We got Bitcoin jumping out the gym as I expected. We got Tether at $1.03 for some odd reason. That's even funnier because stable coins are just doing whatever they want to do at this point.
Yep.
We got, obviously Ethereum right now hanging out just below $1,700. Like, sheesh. All right, XRP still below 40 cents. So there's that part. If we look at some of the top performers for the day, Conflux, Synthetics, sheesh, Optimism, Maker. So pretty
Woo.
much your portfolio at this
Yeah.
point.
Facts. Come on. Who got Maker at $600? Oh my God.
Bro, this is what I'm saying. All right, Filecoin, the graph, 20%, 20%, 16%, right?
Nice.
Like I'm just saying, guys. Now the thing about this is like there's so many layers to this onion that it's gonna make you cry, and then at some point it'll be delicious. So we got to figure out, what exactly Jerome Powell's going to be doing. And it's not going to take us long because tomorrow, your boy, all right, is going to be doing a speech. Let me see here. We got, tomorrow CPI, but the Fed's going to be doing some sort of, Jerome Powell's going to do some sort of speech tomorrow as well. It's not on here because it wasn't planned, but he's doing some sort of speech tomorrow. So we got that information coming up. So he's going to be trying to clear up things. And I'm doing the quote fingers there. But for the most part, markets are going wild. And I expected this in a sense. And I mean, when you really kind of boil it down, let's just kind of keep it on the simplest terms, right? If you're looking at how the market works, if people are terrified from stable coins, right? They're like, oh, my stable coins aren't stable. What exactly should I be doing? A lot of folks are going to immediately just start buying up the coins they want. And they're going to just ride out the movement, right? And I was talking to Mike about this yesterday. It's almost kind of like they make the stable coins fluctuate, right? And then all of a sudden there's a bunch of distrust and uncertainty and doubt in everything, not just crypto, banking as well. And people are going to start looking for hard assets like the dollar, like Bitcoin, right? So
Yeah.
we're going to see a bit of a back and forth between the two right now. And I mean, it just kind of clicks, right? When stable coins aren't going to be the main source of security, people are going to just dive right back into crypto as a whole and get involved with what they like, which is going to be Bitcoin for the most part. All right, so if we go over here and we look at dollar index really quickly, we can
Drop it
see.
like it's hot. Come on.
Listen, fam. I can't make this stuff up. Let me go ahead and go to the daily for you guys so you can see it. All right, what did we get from this zone? Right, we saw the market get a nice breakout, nice higher high, right? Previous high, new high. And now we're pulling back down again. This is still bullish as well. A break of structure and we're pulling back down. I'm liking what I'm seeing from NAF and the dollar because I think we still can't make moves to the upside. But seeing this huge sell-off right now, one main reason is money printer go what? So, yeah. At that point, we know there's bailouts on the way. And when
Yep.
bailouts happen, Jerome Powell sitting there cranking up the money printer. So whenever the money printer goes burr, dollar goes down, right? And we know right now that's affecting Bitcoin because Bitcoin's going up. So can't make this stuff up either, guys. I said this is what kind of a pullback? A bullish pullback, ladies and gentlemen. Clearly stated this weeks ago when we had that initial breakout, price closed above. I said anything retracing down from here gives us a really good opportunity to find buyer opportunities here. Low point to high point right here, right? And what am I seeing? 50% 618 zone. Price shows up in our area, and guess who shows up? Buyers every single time. Every single time, guys. It's like we just keep lucking up somehow. Who would have thunk it, right? So I like to show you guys this stuff because maybe at some point you guys will start watching the videos and then getting the gist of what me and Mike are trying to explain to you guys right now. Like, we're all going to the same place, just in different vehicles. And this was one of those scenarios where nobody knew a bank was going to collapse when we got into this area, right? Nobody had a crystal ball saying, oh, you know, when we get down here, that bank's going to go out of business, right? Like, we're going to start seeing a money printer cut back on from the Fed. They're going to bail out a bank, the 15th largest bank in the United States. Literally the second time. This is what, the second largest bank failure since 2008, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, bro. Like, it's wild right now, to say the least. So all I'm saying is, for the most part, guys, this is pretty much barbecue chicken. This is not hard stuff. If banks are having issues, they got to bail them out. And that's pretty much where we're at. Now, I'm going to go on a rant for a second, bro. Just let me get this out.
Go for it.
Okay. So my issue is, whenever something happens in crypto, it's that horrible, non-regulated space that people are fools for participating in. The moment something happens in crypto, right? FTX happens. Oh, look at all those idiots with their money stuck in FTX. Something happens with Terra Luna. Look at all those idiots and degenerates getting their money taken.
Yep.
When a bank collapses, nobody says anything.
It's okay.
Right? Like, mind you, they can't blame the American people. They run this system on their own. They literally run this thing. This isn't we voted and then the government decided to do what the people wanted. No, this is ran by them for them, okay? And they still have failures. They over leverage all the time. Like, none of these guys signed up for IM and realized what risk management was, right? So we have to have bailout after bailout after bailout for these, I'm doing the quote fingers, professionals that know better than the average person when it comes to investing. But for some odd reason, they over leverage every time, and we have to do bailouts. And I just think it's really funny and really weird that when people come into IM, they think they have to be geniuses to get this. Like, I'm telling y'all, these people that do this stuff for a living ain't that bright. All right. They are not the brightest light bulb in the box. And when you come into something like crypto, yes, there's going to be bad actors in every asset class you have. And we're not even regulated. And we don't have half the problems that the banking sector has. And they are regulated. All right. Just want to make sure I stated that. I wanted to get my little rant out of the way. I know for some of you guys that are overseas right now, it's a lot. Now, the reason why this is important for you guys as well is this trickles down to you guys as well. A lot of the world's money flows through the United States dollar as well. When the 2008 housing market collapsed, it pretty much trickled out and just ripple waved all across the globe. So it's important that you guys are understanding how the dollar is behaving right now as well, because if stable coins fall apart, that affects all of crypto. All of crypto. And a lot of these stable coins, not even a lot. I'm going to make it real simple for you guys, right? The biggest problem with stable coins was USDC. That was it. Because DAI is connected to USDC, right? They had a small pegging of USDC. Even DAI fluctuated inside of this, right? If you're noticing something, and I'm gonna break this down again, because you know me, I'm a conspiracy guy. We just saw an issue with whose stablecoin? Binance USD, right? BUSD. We had an issue. Then we saw an issue with DAI, and now we had an issue with USD coin, right? The only coin we haven't seen a crazy wild fluctuation is Tether, but I mean, even now Tether's way above is Peg, which is odd. But this is what it looks like. People are leaving these other stable coins and they're running to Tether because what happened? The US bank system had an issue. USD coin fluctuated. Tether is not connected to the US banking system, right? Most of this money in Tether flows through Asian banks, right? You got Singapore, China, Japan, right? All those areas, right? The Philippines, like a lot of those areas over in the eastern side of the world have their money inside of Tether, right? So big deal, not a big deal, but still something to keep an eye out on. And I keep telling you guys, the stable coin wars have arrived. If you haven't noticed, these stable coins are being attacked more than anything else right now. right? And you can't ignore it. We saw Terra Luna was the top, DeFi project, and now all of a sudden gone. Stablecoin blew up, whole project evaporates, right? We see what's going on right now with BUSD. Now Binance is having issues with their exchange, right? All these weird issues coming up out of nowhere, right? Then we start seeing USD coin fluctuate a little bit. We may start to see some issues happen with things like Ethereum, because we know a lot of their DeFi uses USD coin as well, right? So it's a whole trickle down where they're affecting stable coins now, and they're going to roll out that CBDC, and it'll be the most trusted, I'm doing the quote fingers, the most trusted stable coin there is, because Uncle Sam says so. I really want you guys to pay attention to the writing on the walls, how this stuff looks inside of the media. And yeah, that's just my rant. I had to get it out. I just don't like when they try to come after crypto, but when the traditional banking system is just as bad, if not worse.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody is talking smack about, what's going on with crypto? Well, go see if their money's actually in their bank, because there are a lot of regional banks right now, especially in California, that there's bank runs happening like today. And a lot of them, one of them was like Federal Reserve Bank, like looks like they're going under. And this is why crypto, this just makes more of an emphasis on why we're in this space. Now, I want to kind of take you through the past 72 hours, because there's some things that I guess people just haven't paid attention to that were just kind of distractions. But the New York Attorney General actually filed a lawsuit against KuCoin, interesting, claiming that Ethereum is a security. Now, this is what started that cascade on Thursday or Friday, where ETH started to drop. Now, somebody just asked in the chat, what did we do with our stablecoins? I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
I saw people lose so much money sending from one blockchain to another. I saw a guy on Twitter lose $2 million of USDC because he didn't know what he was doing, used the wrong DEX, turned into 50 cents in Tether. People are saying, well, why is Tether still here? Because Tether's not regulated. Tether's outside the United States.
Yep.
Right? They went after USDC, and this was just like Kurt said. It's a ploy to, CBDC coming, blah blah blah, create FUD, push the market down. We've been waiting for this, okay? But this is interesting, claiming that ETH is a security. I just think this is more FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. But then we go into this. Then we go into the banks, right? Silicon Valley Bank and Silvergate. So what was Silicon Valley Bank, SVB? This is where all of these startup companies were using as their bank, right? So all these startup companies in San Francisco, in that area, obviously, it's where all the tech, it's like the tech world right now. All of them were using SVB. And one of the things that was like the issue was their over leverage, right? Everybody's borrowing from each other. And this kind of breaks it down pretty good, because you had SVB and then you had Silvergate. Okay, those are the two banks you guys have probably heard this week. Now Silvergate, they actually did get shut down by these regulators. Okay. Signature. So now there's three banks, because Signature just popped up yesterday. Signature Bank was shut down by regulators yesterday. You have Silvergate, and then you have SVB. Now I actually want to pull this article up because it breaks it down pretty good. So Silvergate was ran into the ground by a classic bank that was encouraged by the U.S. government, not because of crypto, especially when you consider in the end, Silvergate's liquidation was voluntary, and it plans to do a full repayment. When you look at the FDIC, that is what essentially backs up our money, right? The Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. Mm-hmm. And they're the corporation that basically says, if you have this money and something happens to it, you're good. Now, in reality, this is on their website, guys. This is a government website. They really only insure $250,000 mm-hmm. per depositor per bank. And some of these companies, they had millions and millions of dollars. And that's why we're seeing basically a bailout from the FDIC. If you guys watch basketball, Giannis, right, from the Bucks, did you see what he said, Kurt?
No, what did you say?
He said he has 50 different bank accounts with less than $250,000 in each one.
Because of the FDIC?
Yeah, I guess he's taking this very seriously.
He could have just, somebody needs to sit down and talk with him, bro. Like, that's not super smart, but okay.
Yeah, I don't know, but that's what he came out and made a statement about that, which is interesting.
He might have been joking, but Giannis is a funny guy.
Yeah, he could have been joking. I saw. I was like, interesting. Now, like we've said, guys, USDC died. They can all be manipulated from a stablecoin perspective. But if you guys see a lot of the price action in the stablecoin, it happened because people were getting very scared and swapping and all that. It was 2 days. What did I do? I did nothing. I just waited. I knew this was going to get through. They're not going to let USDC fall because they have too much skin in the game, right? And
the bailout alone from USDC would have been ridiculous, bro. Like if USDC would have went down, Coinbase would have went down. You'd have seen a lot of these like private institutions that don't like to say that they're in crypto go down. Like, it'd have been a huge bailout for big banks all over the place because USDC is pegged to the dollar more than anything. So yeah, it would have for sure. Because I know even with Tether, they have a lot of backings with like real estate and precious metals and weird stuff like that. But USDC would have it would have had to been a complete dollar like cascade. And then at that point, we got bigger fish to fry. That's one of the reasons why I agree with you. I didn't flinch either. I was like, oh yeah, nah. This is one of those like quick little, scare the mess out of people and then get them running around looking crazy. But if USDC fails, we have way bigger fish to fry. Like way bigger than just crypto. Like it'll be like big banks like JP Morgan's out of business type stuff. So yeah.
And when you exactly. When you understand like Circle, JP Morgan, they're all kind of tied. And Circle even came out and said, because they had 3.3 billion in SVB, but it doesn't matter now because they're getting bailed out. They're getting those deposits. They're getting that money. So they came out and said, we have 3.3 billion. We have exposure. Now it's the smart thing to do for a lot of these companies. Like, yes, we have exposure. Brad Garlinghouse with XRP said the same thing on his Twitter, setting the record straight. Ripple had some exposure. It was a banking partner and held some of our cash balance. There's no disruption. Obviously, a lot is still unknown about what happens. Ripple remains in a strong financial position. And then he says it's ironic that so much of what's going on as companies scramble to make payroll. Mm-hmm. So that was the issue, is this week, are people getting paid that are banking through SVB?
Yeah.
And I know a guy that has like 40 companies that he runs. He's like I don't know the exact term, but he has like 40 companies that he works with, and they all were banking through SVB. And this weekend, he was pulling strings and seeing, what the play is. I was on a call last night listening to this lady. She runs an insurance company, and she had like 40 companies that she provides insurance with. They all bank through SVB, and they're actually today, regardless of the bailout, they're all actually switching banks.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to see because of this. We're going to see the JP Morgans, the Wells, maybe now the Goldman Sachs, HSBCs, the bigger banks. A lot of money is going to be moving to those banks today.
Yep.
And this is what happened in 2008. Those banks, they got really fat and juicy in 2008.
They cannibalized. Anytime we're in a recession, banks get cannibalized. And they're still screaming, this isn't a recession. I'm like, bro.
Yep.
It's like, you ever seen somebody and they're sitting there and they got the sweats real bad. They're sneezing. They're all, nose is super red and they're just weak to the touch. Everything is achy. And they're like, I'm not sick. I promise you, I'm so not sick. And you're like, bro, you can't even say sick. Like, you're telling me you're not a stick, right? Like, I'm not sick. And I'm like, bro, you're sick, right? Like, we're in a full-fledged recession and the government's like, it's not, nope, not listening. Nope, la, 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 la. And I'm like, come on, bro. Like, every sign of a recession is happening right now.
Yep. And it's affecting like all the markets, obviously. It's affecting the bonds market. I was looking at, and I won't get too deep into this, but I was looking at 2-year treasury notes, 10 years and 20 years. And you can kind of see that even the bonds market, right, where you basically you give the government money and they're guaranteeing you this percent, it's tax-free, and speak to an accountant on that. But these 2-year notes, these 10-year notes, these 20-year notes, I mean, you're seeing a lot of fluctuation here. And I believe this is going to lead to a market, like kind of like what Brad Garlinghouse says here, just from rumors you're leading to banks collapsing. And I mean, what happened? It was essentially like a rumor that was real with FTX, right? And then it's just like, is that how the financial institution is built on? And that's what kind of happened even with USDC and DAI, right? Because there was uncertainty there, and then people start selling, and then crypto Twitter is really, really negative, and people are taking losses for no reason, and gas fees go up. And that's why we've been here. And a lot of people in the chat right now, it's you can't get too emotional where you rush to your computer and you make a dumb decision.
Yeah.
And that is what happened over the past 72 hours. And for maybe some people on here, so there was a couple things you could have done, right? You could have moved your stable coins into Bitcoin and ETH. Take a look at this. Binance did it. Binance took all their BUSD stablecoin and moved it to Bitcoin, ETH, and BNB.
That's the name of the game. I mean, think about it whenever a traditional market goes down, right? People run out of dollar, go to gold, right? Vice versa. When the markets are starting to recover, dollar gets stronger again. They get out of gold, go back to the dollar. It's always the back and forth inverse. So in our scenario, stable coins are our version of gold, right? It gives us a stable place to hide while our assets are fluctuating, right? Or going to the downside. People did the same thing. That's one of the reasons why Bitcoin jumped the way it did. Obviously, the dollar's dropping because money printer go burr. But at the end of the day, people knew bailouts were coming. Like, they're not going to just let the 15th largest bank in the country just go belly up and say, all right, well, we'll figure it out. Like, no, bro. Like, nobody wants that on their watch. Like, Joe Biden doesn't want it on his. Jerome Powell doesn't want it on his. And then on top of that, thousands of people won't be getting paid.
Yeah.
Like, that alone is going to cause crazy upheaval from big businesses and other banks as well. Like, you're not bailing these guys out, and we're number 16, 17, 18. If we have an issue, we're screwed. Like, it just drops all the faith in a lot of the bankers right now, which these guys are, their gambling is next level, in my opinion. But it's really just a simple thing, guys. I know some of you guys may have gotten scared. I'm looking at the chat. Some of you guys may have gotten scared. I want you to really take what happened over this weekend as a learning experience, because I'm telling you, these are the type of things that are going to make your heart flutter. They're going to do whatever it takes to get you out of your crypto.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta see the signs. Like, why is it such a strong force to scare you out of this space? Because they don't want to shut it down. They're not going to ban it, but they just don't want you in it. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. If they don't want to shut it down, they see the value here, but they're throwing whatever tactic at it to get you to get out of it. Right? Like, any fearful thing they can do, make your stable coins fluctuate. Drop the assets you guys love so much. Extend this stuff out. Oh, a huge exchange just went down. The leader of the exchange is still at home eating Twinkies and watching cartoons. Right? Like, none of it makes real sense. If you just really sit and analyze this stuff from a logical standpoint, it's almost like it's such a setup to get everybody out, all the weak hands out. Like, I feel like this entire bear market has been just, let's just wring these guys dry and take it all over from scratch, and we'll run from here. And I think they're trying to figure out where their ultimate bottom is with all the fear, uncertainty, and doubt they can just throw at this thing.
Yeah, dude, a million %. And it's okay if you felt fearful this weekend. Yeah. But that's why you're here, and that's why, you're involved in this community, and you got to understand that it's a game, right? And the game is rigged against you and me. So if you already know that it's rigged against you and me, they're gonna do things. They're gonna play dirty. They're gonna they're gonna do a foul when the ref's not looking. So that's what we're seeing here play out in the markets. Right. Now remember, last week Kurt went over this. Unemployment starting to tick up. Mm-hmm. Okay, kind of walk yourself through this process. All of this stuff goes down this week. We had Jerome Powell speak. They had an emergency meeting this morning, 11:30 a.m. The Fed. To speak about probably, do we manipulate the numbers tomorrow? You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff going on here. What are we doing on the 22nd? Inflation, right? They're forecasting it to go down. Okay, what if this thing ticks up and they're like, oh my God, do we raise interest rates more? Now, and even as some Goldman Sachs analysts came out and said they're not expecting the Fed to even do a rate hike.
Yeah, bro, I was looking at that.
And I don't think we're getting 50 points. We get 50 points, they're going to break their own system.
Yeah, for sure.
I think we get 25, or they say, hey, for this month, we're not going to raise it, and we're going to see what happens. And that's what they should do, because let the market dictate what a thing of eggs cost or what this costs. But just keep in mind, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw, hey, we're not going to raise rates, and Bitcoin makes this move back to the 30s that we've been talking about. We've been breaking down. We had a fib from this low to this high, 50% retracement. Put a 1 in the chat if you bought some crypto this week.
Dude.
Let's see the chat real quick. Who capitalized, and we'll go into some of the ideas. Who capitalized and is in some profit here this weekend? My friend just realized that his 401k is not the best investment vehicle. He said crypto is more risky. Some people just let them chill in that 401k.
Yeah, man, dude, I've had those talks with a lot of folks. I want to say something too. Could you go back to that one website you were just showing?
This one?
Yeah, bro. Okay, I got a really bad analogy, but it's going to make a lot of sense. So if you've ever seen someone who's addicted to something, it could be, something they have no business messing with. It could be gambling. It could be whatever, right? They'll do whatever it takes to get the thing that they shouldn't have or they shouldn't be doing, right? What we're seeing right now is the banks going on an extended period of not getting free money from the Fed, right? Banks have been going through months of no money printing, right? And they're doing like that crackhead neck scratch thing. Like, come on, Jerome, we're good for it, man. Just one more stimulus, man. We'll pay you back, promise, honest to goodness, right? And now all of a sudden, they're finding creative ways to get the money printers to cut back on. Right? If you really think about it, this bank goes down and it kind of forces their hand. Right? Like out of nowhere, Jerome Powell sees unemployment numbers are looking better than we need. They're looking good. We're seeing unemployment, get a little bit where we need it. Okay, what are we doing here? Right? Like, how does this stuff work out now? Like, what are the next things we're gonna do? Right? What is the next play here? Right? So now all of a sudden the bank's saying, yeah, this is gonna take too long. We need money. We need them to print now. If they cut this on for you guys, then we know if somebody slightly above you goes down, they have to really cut that money printer back on. I wouldn't be surprised if they bail these guys out and we see like the 8th largest bank in America go down, right? And it immediately affects, all these other big banks and Morgan Stanley and, JP Morgan Chase and, BlackRock and all these guys start seeing a ton of money flow back in. And now the stock market's running again, crypto's running again, and inflation is just like, oh, well, forget it. Because there's nothing we can do because the bankers have ruined us, as usual.
Facts, bro. And look at this. So I'm on Crypto Quant, and look at the influx. It's kind of basically like the chart, but there's been an influx in exchange money, an inflow to exchanges. So think about the psychology of this. We don't trust the bank. Okay, maybe you trusted them last week, but you probably don't trust them now. My money's essentially even safer in crypto or even in an exchange than it is the bank, right? Yeah. It's like, do I leave my money in crypto and something happens to crypto, or do I leave my money in the bank and the bank doesn't let me withdraw? So I think this is a good thing of what happened, but it's also a wake-up call for some. If they go 0%, I think we see a huge rally across these markets, and then we kind of go from there.
This could all be one of those ploys. I know lately there's been an issue with not enough liquidity in markets. And I feel like if they get enough people back into the market, they can just force this thing into the dirt and take all the money at that point. And that way there'll be way less dollars flowing through the economy. And they would have officially just wiped the board from everybody coming in saying, well, I had a nest egg put up, because a lot of people are still holding on to a lot of capital. There isn't a lot of money flowing right now. Like big money movers aren't investing. They aren't buying real estate like that. They're not really coming into the market and investing in stocks and things. So this could be one of those things where it sets up big money to get comfortable because they know the money printers are back on. And then we get a crazy black swan, like outrageous black swan, like something we can't expect. Maybe another, I don't want to say like terrorist thing or something, but like there's usually some kind of wild catalyst that pops off and then everybody's stuck again in bad assets.
Yeah. And looking at the dollars, like, can we get down into some of these levels? Maybe if they go 0%, dollar falls, come down to like 91 to 95 levels. Let Bitcoin go on a run. And if you guys have been taking some of these exchange ideas, I'll pull some of them up here. That may be a good time to take some profits. And like we've been kind of watching, this has been the relief rally. And is this really a relief rally from 16.5 to 25? And the longer price hangs out here, we're going to see this probably break, and we come into these levels up here. So
yeah,
you may be able to catch a couple sells here. This imbalance was already filled, but this could easily just, boom, start to run, especially going into tomorrow's news. So be careful shorting here. For sure. Do you still think we could see a pullback if Bitcoin goes to 30K? Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. Pullbacks are definitely extremely possible. We're in a very volatile market right now. But volatility equals opportunity. So let's make sure you guys are plugged in here with Swipecoin. This is an app that everybody in your team should have. Some of you guys keep asking about exchange ideas, why we didn't call out any new exchange ideas. I mean, guys, the app has the exchange ideas. And a lot of the entries were able to be re-hit and in profit.
Yeah.
One of them I forgot I even called out was Kava. And Kava's making a move right now. Hit exchange idea 2. Balance. I mean, all of these,
you guys are looking at the exchange ideas as if it's supposed to be every day, right? Like those are specific levels that are being, given to you guys. So no matter what the conditions are, you go back and check this to see where those areas are for you. Like what I would do if I was you guys is I would go through every exchange idea, and then I would go to the chart on my on my trading view, and just put an alert there at all the entry levels, even like right before, so that way you get notified before price gets there, so to pay attention to it, so that way you can take advantage. But some people don't like doing work. I'm not gonna point any elbows or anything at anybody. It happens. But I will say, like, going ahead and going the extra mile and just saying, okay, I'm gonna go through, set an alert on all the levels inside of the exchanges, on the exchange ideas, and then when price comes back and returns, I know to take advantage of that. Like it has to be that type of thought process, because if you're just going in every day hoping for a new one, you're missing out on all the gold that's been in there waiting on you.
Facts. Yeah, guys, exchange ideas are not, you're not getting them every day. That's not how that works. What are we going to call out every single crypto every day? They're set there, right? We didn't call out an exchange idea for 2 months. If you took those exchange ideas from November to, now,
crazy
geez,
up.
Come on. Put a 2 in the chat if you're with me here. Somebody's in the chat talk about 10K Bitcoin. I hope it goes to 10K, but what if it doesn't? You know what I'm saying? Are you going to be on the sideline forever? Everybody's expecting it. Maybe it doesn't happen. Maybe the low is in right now. We don't know. But what I do know is there's a game plan. And one of the game plans is DCAing. Okay, look at this. This is MakerDAO. Okay, obviously it's tied to DAI. This is what you call liquidity sweep. Boom. Takes out all of this money from these lows.
Yeah.
This low came down to $600 and is now right back at $900.
Dude.
And when you see that happen, it's up 50% in 2 days. When you see money just go, okay, swept that low, literally came into some of these levels. Go to the 3-day, look at this a little bit nicer. Take a look at this, ladies and gentlemen.
We've been screaming anything below $700 with Maker is a steal, bro.
Take a look at this fib level right here. Talk to me nice. 80% from this low to this high.
Bro.
Swept low, swept liquidity, boom, entry. And this is looking pretty good because this imbalance has already been filled on this candle. So my next target for Maker is really like 1,500, something up here. And then that extension at 2,000. So we're there's no excuses why you're not in Orlando if you're playing these plays.
You know what, Willie? Be careful. I'm not to cut you off, bro. Be careful, Willie, when you set those alerts on CoinGecko. Sometimes it may not go off. Like, I like TradingView, because you have so many opportunities to get the alert, whether it be through text message, push notification from your phone. Like, you get all those options. But I strongly recommend just going through all the exchange ideas, making a new like list in your trading view. Like, you can see where it says watch list up here. You can literally go through and add more. Like, you can hit plus and you can add different watch lists, or you can hit the little arrow down here and you can add more watch lists. I'm telling you, like, it's worth it. It makes your life so much easier when you have those notifications popping up, because you know when to go back and pay attention to a project, or you know exactly when to come in and start dollar cost averaging into certain coins. Like, it makes your life so much easier when you wait. And sometimes you could just be out living your life and you get that notification like, oh, the market's down in the area, game time, and you grab it while it's cheap. Right? Like, stop looking at those like, oh, it's 2 months old, that's a bad idea. No, they're still valid levels. Like, go use it. Like, crypto is not Forex. All right, stop doing that. All right, quit trying to do this comparison thing. Like, I'm so comfortable with Forex. Crypto's got to be the same thing. It is a whole nother beast. Right? Those teeth are way sharper over here in crypto. You guys know good and well, when you get in certain setups, some of these things may run 200 pips, 400 pips, 1,000 pips. All right, like Forex, you're lucky. Sometimes you get 80 pips. You're like ready to go out and throw a tinker take parade. So really just be mindful of the information, but utilize the information. Don't do that comparison thing. I used to do it when I first came into crypto thinking, oh, it's just like Forex, man. It just moves fast. And I realized that was wrong. Like, these levels will get tested 2, 3, 4, 5 times and then bounce off the same zone. Right. And you'll see this stuff happen over and over and over. And even if it breaks lower than the zone, it's not about a stop loss here. This is portfolio building, right? Yep. Like, this is a very different game. This is legacy building, wealth building stuff, guys.
Man, in fact, like, it's like Looks went a little bit. Sorry guys, it went under 2 cents under the entry. Now it's above entry 2. Hit actually 12 cents. If you looked at the chart, it pulled into this low and is now giving us an aggressive move. It's up 12% here today. I mean, we're talking about 12, 15 cent entries. I don't need it to go back to the all-time high. My first exit's 54 cents. My second exit's at $1. My third exit's at 167. And we know the stuff that's happening with all the NFTs and OpenSea and all that stuff. So NFT 2 is a separate conversation. I was actually able to grab also some Illuvium here at under $60, right at $59 here.
Bro.
Gave us a nice pullback. A pretty aggressive move down. But yeah, what I wanted to show, somebody asked Miss FX, she asked the question, what advice would I give new team members? So, okay, great question. So one, for the portfolio side, come in here, like Kurt said. Now, like days like today, we have a rule. We don't go start buying stuff at, when the market rallies 10, 12%. So yes, wait for pullbacks if they're sitting at those entries. I think Scale right now, Scale dipped. Just really anything red, right? Any pullbacks in the zones. Here's the zone. Any pullbacks back, they can look to get in, but leverage, guys. Okay, MT4 is back in the App Store. ETH to 1,000 still in play, of course. Of course, that's still in play.
Yeah, nothing's changed because this bank has gone with crypto. The projects are still going to do what they do. Like the sentiment in the market hasn't just switched to something else right now, guys. Like, yes, these banks are wild. Yes, we know what's going on with the Fed. They're going to have their meeting today and all that good stuff. But like, for the most part, like, they know they're going to have to like deal with some random things. And I want to make sure that this is random and not planned by bankers. Because I know bankers are really slick with how they do things, and they play this narrative like, oh, we're the victims. We had no idea this was going to happen. It's like, yeah, you didn't think about that when you were over leveraging this stuff to death. So this could be a ploy. Like I said, if we see like the 8th largest bank or the 6th largest bank in the United States start to go belly up and they're looking for more free money, yeah, something's up. Something's definitely up. And I wouldn't be surprised after that where the Fed just says, y'all got to figure it out. Y'all made y'all bed sleep in it at this point, because they're always looking for the government or the Federal Reserve to come in and fix everything that they do. Could you imagine trading your MT4 account and every time you blew your account, somebody showed up and refunded it for you? Like every time. That's what being a banker is right there. Yeah. Literally.
Well, that's what they're saying is we could just go to the bank and just make crazy moves, and we're going to get bailed out.
The Fed's going to be right there, with a napkin to wipe up our mess. I'm like, bro, this is ridiculous.
You know, and oh my God, I forgot to show this screenshot. You know what's even crazy is the CEO of SVB Bank was caught selling on
Yes.
27,
Yes, he was selling like days before.
and they gave their employees a bonus a couple days before everything happened.
Like, bro, come on, bro. Like, this is why I said bankers are very crafty. This could have all been a part of a plan to get a bailout started or start the whole trickle effect where, like, either we speed this thing up so we can get some free money from the Fed, or they're gonna have to just look bad and we're gonna sit back and let this thing just burn.
Yep, dude, look at this. He sold about $3 million worth of shares. Insider trading.
Come on, bro.
Me? Come
on, bro. Like that right there. Like somebody needs to be called into court. You're the CEO.
Yep. Well, little heads up from one of these 3-letter institutions, and that's what we're dealing with here. So now here's what's interesting, or here's what's really good about blockchain is this guy gets caught. This happens every day. Every day in the real world, financial thinking. Hey, should probably get out. Phone call, text, who you know, right? You know what I'm saying? It happens every single day, but a lot of it is not caught because of it's not, it's transparent. It's right, different world, but blockchain here's all of that.
Bro, so that just irks me so bad. I'm sorry, Mike. That irks me. He just made close to $3 million and then doubled back and got a bailout.
That might be the greatest trade this year. I'm not lying. That guy knows how to get out of jail.
Oh my gosh. He just made 3 M's and then turned around and got more free money from the federal government. And the business just keeps on chugging.
Yeah, Charlie made another good point here. The CFO of Silicon Valley Bank was the CFO at the Lehman Brothers when it fell.
Come on, bro. Like, listen, I just said bankers are very crafty.
Yep.
Very crafty. They know protocol.
Everybody go watch this. I'm gonna promote it here. I don't care. Go watch Goldman Sachs Mafia.
No, you played that once before, bro. That was wild.
Everybody should go really watch this because if you want to know how it's really ran, go watch this video.
Yeah,
1 year ago, it's 17 minutes.
It is wild. The connections to Goldman Sachs, like scary, not even creepy, just scary.
Yeah, facts. Where you get that screenshot, can't tell you. Okay, so I know a guy. So
all right, I know a guy that knows a guy.
What's the solution here? Okay, that's what everybody's like asking. The solution is Swipecoin. The solution is paying attention. So, and also on leveraged ideas, we don't care up, down. We're gonna get you guys ready. So, for example, March 9th, right? Market's falling. I mean, look at the screenshot I sent. This thing is dropping like it's hot, right?
Yeah.
And I see this and I'm like, okay, there's going to be an entry coming up here eventually. Let's look. So entry 1, 16.15. Right, market is obviously dropping aggressively. I think the market was like right here on that candle. So what did I do? I just simply went to the 4-hour, the 1 hour. I saw this push down. This was a 1 or 2 hour candle that I saw. Come on to my Tuesday classes, don't miss. We traded right into this last candle down. We had an entry at 16.15. Put a 2 in the chat if you caught Sol, and if you're in some profits here. Okay, we had entry 1, 16.15. Take profit 1 was about 400 pips. We're in the trade. Market's rallying. Boom, hits entry 1. Right now, we are currently floating in profit on Sol 450 pips. And entry take profit 2 looks very, very good. This was a pretty good risk to reward trade. We had a 1 to 11 to entry number 2. And yeah, let's see if we can get this push to the upside. Also, shout out Nick Gomez, the ETH GOAT. He caught, so if you missed Sol, here's the best part, is we have a whole team looking at these markets, right? He caught out ETH. Look at that falling knife, right? They said the trend is your friend. Well, not necessarily. $1,400 on ETH. This one was goated. This one was goated.
Bro.
1,400 on ETH.
Bro.
This was the entry right here, and now we're floating over. Almost about, I think we're about to hit 3,000 pips on ETH. Come on, who caught these movements?
Once again, bro, crypto is not Forex. Like,
come on.
Like if you're using the Swipecoin app properly, like 3,000 pips in a couple of days. But you know, some of y'all don't want to look at the app. That's cool. I'm not gonna twist nobody's arm to make money. Like, you just want to sit at home and come on Go Live and key and laugh it up with me and Mike. For sure, we're here for that too. But bruh, at the end of the day, I really don't know where you getting 3,000 pips in a couple of days from. I don't know. Maybe you got a rich mommy and daddy out in Coconut Grove that we don't know about. But in the real world, where most of us have to get it out of the dirt, yeah, 3,000 pips in a couple of days? Man, stop playing with me.
Oh, yeah. Nick caught XRP as well. And this was another, this was at 34 and 35 cents. 35 cents in this level right here. Boom. To the upside.
Bro, what was the gains on that? What was the pips on that? Because I know XRP is different with the movement.
Yeah, I think that was, let me just go to the results. So 2,000 on ETH, 400, 200. So just these three trades. No, this is now up 3,000 pips.
Yeah,
so
that's still running. A lot of these are still running.
Wait, so 3,000 plus 400 plus like 300 now. Yeah, 300. I mean, 3,000. We're at almost 4,000 pips this week.
It's Monday. It's Monday.
No doubt DCX. That's all I'm going to say.
Dog, we're up almost 3,000 pips and it's Monday.
Man.
Bro.
Man.
But you know, I'm not gonna shoot no shots across the bow at nobody else's work, you know, because everybody's doing 3,000 pips inside of IM. You know, wherever you at, you getting 3,000 pips on a Monday. You know, club going up on a Tuesday.
Man, can you give me the website for the weather? I can't. Maybe after. Not right now. Barbecue chicken.
All day long, that's barbecue chicken. That's finger licking good barbecue chicken right there.
That's what we're, and that's just literally like 3 ideas. So
and I love that right there. We're not even in the bull market shit.
Yeah.
We're not even in the bull market yet. And you seeing 3,000 pip weekends. Like, stop, man. All right. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm just going to keep on making anybody who ain't doing the work feel some type of way about it right now.
Yeah.
You can only be mad at yourself. Like, we here every week. Like, what are you doing? Yep. I mean, I've seen the losses as well, though, bro. Like, the losses are there's no such thing as a 3,000 pip loss in DCX, bro.
No, we won't even.
You see how your face just made that? Exactly. Like, that's like almost impossible. Like, the stop loss didn't work or something. Like, what do you mean? Like,
no,
the risk, everything we do is risk to reward based. So you're not going to just come in here and say, oh, it was such a rough month with the setup. Like, no, dude. No.
Dude, the stop loss for, well, number one, we went like 2 pips in drawdown on Solana.
How dare you, Mike?
Yeah. I mean, even right now, if you close the Solana trade, you secure your 1 to 3 right now. So, I mean, and that's if you use the invalidation. If you guys get on my Tuesday classes and you use entry 2 as your risk to TP2, that's a 1 to 8. To TP3, it's a 1 to 21. So, put some 2s if you're going to show up to these classes.
And listen, when you guys come to the event, when you guys are in Rotterdam, when you guys are in Orlando, like, we get to give you the secret sauce that we can't talk about on Go Live, right? We get to cuss in person, right? Like it's a different type of energy when you in the room with us and stuff. I'm telling you, like it hits different. It feels different. Like being in that room, being able to high five you guys, take pictures, give you a hug, crack jokes, like it's a very different feeling, man. Like you guys ever like wanted to go to like an actual NBA game? You know, Mike actually lives in the arena in Miami. I see him there all the time. Like he's on the floor shooting jump shots with the Miami Heat every week now. So it's different in person as opposed to sitting on the couch. Isn't it, Mike? I'm pretty sure that feeling is a whole other thing hanging out, you know, with all the players now. You and you know, Jimmy Buckets are just best pals right now on the floor shooting around before the game.
Dude, I was talking to RJ Barrett This dude is so tall. And I was talking to Jokic, the MVP.
You see what I'm saying? Like, this is like a regular conversation for you.
Dude, Jokic is so tall, bro. I had to like back up. I mean, it's ridiculous. This guy's like 7'1". He would make Kurt look so small.
He can still get dunked on though, man. I'm passing out that work.
Yeah, well, it's gonna be like 0 degrees in Rotterdam, so really looking forward to that.
Right.
Man, oh man. Well, yeah, I'm gonna pass it back to you. Anything else, guys? Just please plug in. Hopefully today's session has really helped you guys. We're witnessing a massive shakeout from a lot of people, but in those times, that's where you come in with certainty and you buy some of these projects. And this is just making DeFi and crypto just more of a case to why Bitcoin. And that's what you got to understand here first.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think we're just at that place now where either you're going to make a decision to get involved or you're going to just be on the sideline, moaning and groaning about all the stuff that's going on inside of this space. Because at this point, I get it. It's scary for some people. You haven't been here long enough. You see a crazy fluctuation and, you see a stable coin, do a little bit of a topsy-turvy thing. Stable coins do that every now and then, guys. Like, it's not a exact science. This space is still very new. Okay, this isn't one of those things where we've been doing this for the last decade and everything's just solved now. Like, no, there are some stable coins that aren't even like 5-6 years old yet. Like, you gotta really be patient with this stuff. And I get it. It is weird when you see it fluctuate because we're used to the US dollar always being worth the dollar because you don't have to look at the screen and see that bad boy fluctuate. But I want you guys to really be mindful of they want you out of this space at all costs. They don't want you participating.
Sorry, Kurt. I want to show them one more trade. If y'all swung the Litecoin sell, shout out to you. Over 3,000 pips on Litecoin. This was a sell I called out February 16th or 17th. It's on the app. Let me just go show you because we got haters these days. Where are we at? Right here.
Yeah.
February 17th. I also called it out February 1st as well. We caught this entry. Bada boom, bada bang. The whole move was completed. So,
and that's a leverage idea, right?
I didn't even put this on the results because I'm just like,
that was a leverage idea, right?
Leverage idea, yeah.
Yeah.
The move was completed.
Yeah.
It's the same screenshot.
Yeah, Litecoin ran for sure.
I'm just saying,
bro. I know for me, you, Nick, all the educators, bro. Like, we really care about you guys having success, and it's not about like we're not in competition with anybody. We're not, looking at setups and coins and all this stuff to say, "Ooh, we're better than anybody else." It's really about just making sure you guys get every bang for your buck out of DCX. When it comes to the experience, when it comes to the setups, when it comes to the knowledge, the value, just every bit of it needs to be top tier. And for us sometimes, it's very hard to watch you guys not be immersed in what we're giving because we know how hard it hits for the people that really want to see change and results. And then they complain about not seeing change and results. Like, I know people who've been in IM for a year and they've yet to become profitable. And I'm like, how, Sway? Like, we're dropping setup after setup after setup. And people feel like, well, if I lose one trade, I get discouraged and I never want to trade again. I'm like, what do you do in your life that's 100%? I gotta know. Because trading isn't about hitting 100 home runs. It's not about winning every single setup. You're going to take hits here and there. That's why we talk about 1 or 2% risk in every trade, right? But when we're right, we're really right, right? It's like it's the name of the game inside of anything you do when you trade. You want to make sure when you're taking a setup, if you're wrong, you're going to be wrong for a fraction of time, small amount of time. But if you're right, you're really going to be right. And you're going to have to manage that setup and manage your thought process. That's why we talk about mindset so much. Managing a setup isn't as easy as just saying, I'm in profit. It's cool. Like, it's not that simple. You have to have a certain thought process and you have to get used to flexing that thought process because doing it once or twice is cool, but making it a muscle memory thing is everything. I mean, what is that? 1 to 15, bro?
1 to 9.
Oh, 1 to 9. 1 to 9. I saw 15 at the top. I was like, wait a minute.
1 to 10, yeah.
1 to 10. Come on, dude. You're risking 2% to make 10. Like that, come on. You're risking 1% to make 10. Like you gotta see what we're saying here.
Yep.
Like this.
But the result is worth it. I think, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's hard. You know, you get a notification, and then you gotta go copy the numbers and stuff, and put them in the app, and
Oh
then
man,
you gotta close the app. Oh my god! Like, yeah, it's a lot of work. Like, I'm
yeah.
just saying. Like, I need
I
you
gotta
guys to commit.
travel. I gotta go on a plane to go hang out with my friends in another country.
Right,
Uh,
right. Oh, this is stressful, bro. We gotta what?
I gotta go hang out with Chris Terry. I can't go to convention.
You're
It's
gonna
too
go spend time with a
expensive.
billionaire? That's wild. That sounds like a lot, bro. I don't know if I could even. Oh,
Over from the forex side, definitely a big difference. I trade forex. I trade crypto. You know, I'm just gonna say this: forex is not the future. Crypto is the future.
and
And
that's
if you can,
respectfully. That's
yeah,
respectfully.
like it's just physical currencies. Like, come on, let's. We want to talk about the trading, the use case. Okay.
Wait. Thoughts on buying crypto on a ledger over exchanges? Always. If you can get it and put
Yeah,
it right into your ledger, always.
yeah. Use the swap feature, VPN for security purposes. Um, yeah.
So you don't get
Any last questions,
notifications.
guys? We'll answer a couple questions. Jump in the chat really fast.
Yeah. Oh, today is a 313 day here in Detroit because it's 313 for the date. It's
Oh
a
wow.
it's a whole thing. Like it's a celebration and it's freezing outside.
Everybody's going crazy. Don't get me wrong. What matters here is the risk to reward. Correct. Yeah, the risk to reward is everything. All right, you could take a trade, and if you have terrible risk to reward, you're not gonna win. Um, but yeah,
Yeah,
people.
and the risk to reward is everything. But when we see days where you're getting 2,000 pip, 3,000 pip, and you're still using risk to reward, every setup we do is always risk to reward. Like you're risking 1%, 2% every setup. There's never a time where we say bet the farm. Like that's never gonna come. So if we
Yeah,
know that our mantra has always been risk to reward, it's like playing defense, right? If we know defense wins championships, our defense is really good, right? So it's like at this point, I gotta celebrate some of this offense now because it's coming on both ends now.
yeah. Facts. Where do you store ERC20 coins that aren't on Ledger? All ERC20 coins are on Ledger. Send it to the ETH address, and then
Yep.
it'll make like a separate little tab for it.
Yep.
Um,
Just make sure that that wallet you're sending it to supports that ERC20.
yeah. More balancer or more render. I like both. Somebody said both. Yep. How do you survive the longer trade when your account is funded lower amount, no matter the low risk taken? Well, you shouldn't be entering multiple trades, right? If you have a smaller account balance, you need to wait for that take profit or that stop loss to get hit because your margin, right? So you can't be entering 9 different trades if your one trade is floating.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Smaller accounts like TP1s are your best friend until you start getting a lot more capital to work with.
yep. Guys, what is the schedule? Well, guys, if you're going to Rotterdam, which you should be if you're in Europe, download that app. It's like I forgot the name of it. Let me get it here real quick. I'm speaking at 11 a.m. with Maurice on day number 1. Kurt's in the afternoon. So don't miss that. How
I'm
many of you
probably
guys
gonna
are
call
going to
Mike on stage with me when I go on stage.
Come on. Let me see what the app's name is, guys. Yeah, just check your team chat. It's called YAPP for the Rotterdam Convention. Everything is there. Don't miss it. Me and Maurice, yeah, 11:30 a.m. on Friday, and then we got Curtis at 4:30 Friday. So it's gonna be lit.
Yes, sir.
It's gonna be exciting. All right, last couple questions. I need to get a haircut. When Bitcoin hits 30K, we'll see a pullback. Well, we don't have to see a pullback, right? We're going to see the sentiment. We're going to see what the Fed's doing, right? I do think we're going to see, maybe a couple $1,000, sure, but this market doesn't have to come all the way back down. That's what people don't understand. It doesn't have to do that. I appreciate that. I was going to quit IM until I came across Mike and Kurt and DCX. That means a lot to us,
Yeah,
decentralized.
no, I appreciate that too, fam.
Much love. Dope. Well, Kurt, any final words? I'm gonna go get a haircut, so I don't Get me off stage.
Nah, man. Honestly, just you guys take everything that's happening in crypto right now as a learning lesson. Like you guys are some of you guys are your first time really experiencing these big fluctuations and seeing this wild stuff with banks and it affecting the market and crypto. Like, don't be flustered. Don't let these guys rattle you. Like, I've seen it before, and it's one of those things where even when Terra Luna happened, I was like, yeah, I'm not tripping. I mean, I had a couple dollars in Terra Luna. It wasn't like it was my entire portfolio, but it was one of those things where I was able to get some capital out before I saw everything go up, because there are certain benchmarks where I'm like, if it goes below this, it's a liquidity crisis. And sure enough, when I saw those levels get hit, okay, I got to take out what I can take out and call it quits from here. But there are always those checks and balances inside of our trading. Like, structure is king inside of what we do. So when we start seeing wild stuff happen to certain things, whether it be, stable coins, whether it be, regular crypto, we looking at Ethereum, Bitcoin, you guys will get used to this stuff over time, but just don't let the newness of it scare you away from learning. Because that's the biggest thing. They don't want you educated. So they try to put fear in your heart so you're not even interested in learning it.
Yep. Facts. Where do I start? Okay, go to your IM.center, go to your DCX Academy and watch the Welcome series, and then the Leverage and Exchange 100 series videos only. That's where you start. All right, last thing, and then we're gonna end this class. Tonight, you guys have Kurt Cobain, 9 p.m. Eastern. We got Corinne at 5.
I might have to cancel that class, bro.
Okay.
I just got a text message. I got a situation. I got to go to the hospital for my son. It's nothing bad. I just got to be there with him.
Oh, no, 1,000,000%. Guys, so Kurt's going to take care of that tonight at 5 if you're new. Also, we have Danny live right now, Corinne at 5. So plug into Danny's session. He's the one that calls out the trades on Bitcoin. He's coming from the Spanish channel. Sessions are fire. Corinne tonight. I'll be on tomorrow at 6. And then me and Kurt will be traveling, guys, on Wednesday. So there will not be a session on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Wednesday is about to be a journey. So if you're
is today the last session I'm going to have with you until we come back the next week?
Yep, I think so.
Sheesh.
And then we're in Orlando, so
yeah. It's nonstop.
Let's go. We get to do this.
It's lit because I'm excited about Rotterdam because we're getting the band back together. I haven't had you, Matt, Ivan, and Nick together since like the retreat in Miami. So I'm amped. Even though it's gonna be cold outside, I'm still amped. Like, it's gonna be lit just having all the boys hanging out together again.
It's gonna be fun. I'm hearing it's gonna be a movie. So guys, no class Wednesday. My Thursday class is probably gonna be rescheduled. I don't even know where I'm gonna be at that time. I think I'm gonna be just landing. I don't know. We got like a huge journey to get to Europe. The flights are not easy to get there. It is. I got to go to New York. Kurt's got to go to New York.
Yeah.
And then we got to fly to Switzerland. And then we're showing up.
Yeah, like it's wild right now. It is definitely wild right now.
So just know we love you guys. We're coming through, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Kurt, if you want to jump on my class tomorrow at 6 Eastern,
I might have to do that so just we can bring some more value before we go. So yeah.
Yeah, come through. When you're hanging out, who pays for all? I can't answer that. I gotta go get a haircut. All right, guys. Much love.
That's actually funnier than you think. You see how fast he got up out of here? Like it's a whole thing with Mike and not paying. When we go places, like Mike will find a way. That's why he's so wealthy. Like he will find a way to not pay. Like if you're in an Uber, if you're like at a dinner table, like Mike is already like getting his coat on, about to walk out the door. He pays sometimes. I'm not gonna say that. He pays sometimes though. It's a thing. It's a whole thing. But no, that's funny. Like if you ask Matt Rosa, like, does Mikey ever pay for like dinner or something? It'll be a whole thing. They'll be like, oh, let's get it started. It's a whole thing. Kurt, you wanna? Well, we're not gonna. I'm on my best behavior in Rotterdam. I won't be doing any of those things you speak of. All right, Larskis. All right, I don't know what that is. All right, I'm gonna be smoking charts. All right, let's see here. Says Kurt, well, let's go to get some barbecue chicken in Rotterdam. I'm with it. I'm always down for some food runs for sure. I think we're gonna be having an event after the event. So after Education Day in Rotterdam, we're gonna be doing crypto in the park, like DCX in the park. But we're trying to figure out the right times to do everything. So just know there's going to be a DCX event right after Education Day. So, yeah. Mike says he keeps the team. Hey, I can't argue with him. Like, bro is on fire right now. So I'm mad he in the chat though, right? Oh man, but no, it's a thing. It's a whole thing, bro. Like Mike keeps his money. This is why he's so good at what he does. Oh, it's funny. So, all right, guys, I appreciate you guys. You said let's smoke some charts. Let's do it. All right, fam. Y'all are hilarious. All right, fam. I appreciate you guys. You guys have an awesome evening. So y'all more likely I'll just be on with Mike tomorrow to make up for the session tonight. And that way you guys can hang out with us there with Mike at 6 p.m. Oh man, that is too funny. We need DCX after talk. We need DCX after dark. That's what we need. We need like a whole like mood lighting and everything. You know, we're gonna set something up like that. I'm gonna try to get the lights right. Let me see something. Echo. Upstairs lights white.
Okay.
All right, watch this. Echo. Desk off.
Okay.
Yeah, nice and sensual. How you doing? All right, I'm done. Echo. Desk on.
Okay.
All right, we done. All right, fam. You guys have an awesome evening. I will see you guys tomorrow with Mike at 6 p.m. All right, family. Listen, as usual, all right, and as always, stay patient, stay disciplined, and the gains will come. We out. And oh yeah. Good night, everybody. Stay blessed, family. Y'all silly, man. All right, family. Love you guys. Get this back. Let's go. Yeah, no Marvel moment because I got some stuff I got to go do. All right, family. Love you guys. Stay blessed.